The idea that we were literally on a gigantic organic spaceship, you know, that's just too fucked up. It's too crazy to think. You know, it's so much easier to think about Tiger Woods and what was Jesse James thinking, and it's so much easier to distract yourself with, you know, who wears this dress better in Us magazine. 76% say this girl. You know, it's I think as human beings, we have we're in a weird sort of an adolescent stage of evolution, and we have these incredible technical and technological capabilities and this insane ability to communicate with people all over the world and this insane ability to exchange information, but we're still trapped in this monkey body, and we still have these monkey instincts, and we work like in incredible hours. And you know, if you see kids in school now, they have insane amounts of homework. They're training you to be a goddamn fucking drone. I mean, you work all day in school, and then you come home and you have hours and hours of homework, 3 and 4 hours of homework a night, to the point where you're just accustomed to like doing things you don't want to do, and then you're going to take that and you're going to go to college and you're going to work on it there, and eventually you're going to get a job, and that job is going to require hours and hours of your day, and to the point where you don't have time to think about space. You don't have time to think about, is there some sort of a weird connection between every human being on the planet and every single action that you do? I mean, is life itself really just some sort of a gigantic mathematical equation that's too bizarre and unrecognizable to the average person? Well, those thoughts, there's no room for those when you have to get out for work in 5 hours and your baby's crying and, you know, you got to get gas and, you know, there's all sorts of different issues that people have that keep them from thinking about the real weird aspects of this life. This life is incredibly bizarre. J.D.S. Haldane said it best. Not only is the world stranger than you suppose, it's stranger than you can suppose. I mean, it really is. I mean, when you start getting into quantum physics and, you know, the idea of particles in superpositions where they can exist in motion and be still at the same time, and then there's subatomic particles that blink in and out of existence and exist in 2 different places at the same time. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know, I mean, it's too much. It's too crazy. In order for you to take care of your mortgage, in order for you to be a good neighbor and show up for the fucking homeowners association meeting on Tuesday night and, you know, gossip with the fucking neighbors about who's losing their house, there's too many variables. There's too much things going on, and people gravitate towards stupid, meaningless shit because it's easy to absorb and because it jives well with our monkey instincts. You know, the Large Hadron Collider doesn't get nearly as much weight in the news. You know, there's a bunch of motherfuckers. There's 10,000 scientists that are making black holes. You know, that's not getting the news. You know, that's not getting nearly as much attention. We're so strange that we're like a movie. The whole human race is like a goddamn Coen Brothers movie. There's a certain amount of programming that the media does, you know, I mean, especially if you watch like stuff like Fox News, there's a certain amount where they're sort of conditioning people to think a certain way. But for the most part, it's what people are interested in. You know, I think like the really deep, scary stuff is too daunting for a lot of people. There's something about people that it's like they don't want to know what's behind the door. They don't want to know what's outside. It's too scary. They want to control their micro world, you know, and that's why people like, you know, having a small group of friends and living in a small community, and, you know, and they like to know their environment. And when you get into really crazy shit like quantum physics and you get into the universe and infinity, the idea of an infinite universe, perhaps not even just one universe, but infinite numbers of universes, it's just too nuts. It's too crazy to think that above you literally goes on forever. There is no roof. You step outside your house and there is no, you can make a straight line from your fucking head to a star that's 14 billion light years away. That's insane. That's one of the things that hits you when you do mushrooms. You know, especially if you do like a large dose, you start realizing that there's no ground, there's no up and no down. You're like in the middle of this. and there's no edges. It just goes forever, and you're just like right there. You're right there swimming in this universal soup.